Cold weather operations present their own unique problems that require unique solutions. This video will highlight the use of the Von Reck style field shelter using the venerable USGI shelter half system. This setup requires 4 complete shelter half sections with accompanying poles and stakes. In other words, 2 complete USGI shelter half pump tents. This system allows 4 individuals to construct the tent and subsequently enable them to maintain a fire pit in the center of the tent for warmth and cooking, which is essential in cold weather operations. Open fires obviously aren't ideal in a tactical environment due to the amount of light they put out at night. The Von Reck system will help mitigate the light output and simultaneously provide warmth and cooking capabilities for your men.
We've had a lot of discussion about where the name comes from. I don't know, but there was an 18th century German frontiersman, and he painted pictures of the Indians in Georgia. His name was Von Reck, and one of the paintings he drew was these Indians with this inward-facing lean-tos like that. So I'm going to go with that. Maybe that's where it came from. Yeah. So it can be heated. It's man-portable. It helps to limit the signature of your fire, because all the lean-tos face into your fire. You don't have as much reflected firelight out into space, and it's very efficient that way.
Everybody gets half a tent. They snap together at the peak, and you just find a buddy. They can assign you a different buddy every single time. Doesn't matter, everybody gets the same half. Everybody has 5 stakes, 3 pole sections, and 1 shelter half. And you just snap them together, you make a little tent for yourself for the night, you guys crawl in there and you go to sleep. That's your shelter. This was the standard, like, think World War II vintage shelter. So we're going to adapt this for 4 people so that we can have a hole in the middle for a fire. That's what the Von Reck primarily allows us to do. So if you guys wouldn't mind pulling those 2 apart, have 2 of you pull these ones apart, and Parker can reclaim his poles. If you want, grab a buddy to help you, but 1 stake in each rope. And then we're going to build the shelter this direction so that we're going to use the stakes to give us that tension already, because we're not usually going to have 12 people setting this up, usually 1 or 2. It's a trapezoid, right? So you have a tip on the end. That's what closes off the end of the normal orientation. We're looking for where the poles go. This nice big, I guess it's riveted ring. Exactly. So then pull tension that way. Perfect. Now we'll put our other 2 poles in. At some point we need to decide where our door is going to be, right? Because that is going to determine whether we stake the flaps down or not. If we want it to be wherever we want it to be, we just understand that to enter and exit the structure, we actually take it apart, or we duck underneath. Either or. So that's management of the equipment inside, wherever you're going to primarily stash different things, so on and so forth. Figure that out within your fire team. At this point we can kind of adjust tension. So we see that we've got a pole in that corner that's not straight up and down. Get somebody in there, we'll straighten that up, and we can move stakes accordingly if we need to. It may just be a stake thing. And then we can stake the rest of the flaps out. Decide which one you want is going to be on the inside. So it looks like this one's underneath. You don't really want to. I mean, if you really want to, you can snap them together, but it's really not going to accomplish anything.
I'll pull it till it gets. They're up there.
Once the tent is set up, you can begin digging your fire pit in the center. A Dakota fire hole is ideal in this situation because the flames will be in the ground, further helping reduce the fire's visual signature.
Then the slightly larger hole. I won't go into super details of firecraft. You guys should be able to handle that, but we've got the air hole to bring that air in, keep the shelter from getting all smoked up. Obviously this is the door. Try not to go out other directions. When you do, eventually somebody's going to try and pee and go out really fast and take the whole shelter. Just remember, this is how it goes back together. It'll remain all staked out, it should, and it should be pretty easy to put back the way it was. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Any questions on how to make a Von Reck and a Dakota fire pit?
Well, that's it, guys. Remember that this is one solution, but not the only solution. The Reck system helps minimize the visual detection of the fire, but doesn't eliminate it completely. Make sure you have good overhead vegetation cover from the trees to help disperse the smoke and offer concealment from drones and thermal capabilities. If you're interested in any more training like this, check out S&S Training Solutions' annual Winter Forge training event, which focuses exclusively on operations in cold weather environments. Keep fighting the good fight, and thanks for watching.